Earth signs, Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. This is your March reading. I'm going to do a general reading for all of you first, and then I'm going to do a card for each of your signs. And hello, I'm Christina Sullivan with Sanctuary Within You. So, starting out, I just want to say that there's obviously a lot going on. If you're a Taurus, you have the eclipses, the nodes in your sign, and have had for a bit over a year now. So if you're going through it, I hear you. This is here for you to move past and really alchemize and rewrite your story in your life. We do have big shifts for all signs in March here. We have Venus going into Taurus, which is going to be really beneficial for all of you on March 16th, I believe. And then we have really big shifts in Saturn and Pluto and Mars now in March. And it's going to affect everyone. So you can look at your Aquarius house, you can look at your Taurus house to see these shifts as well. I'm going to go through more of this. I'm not going to go into it now, but if you are curious to look up kind of the basic, how to read your chart, where your planets are, where your sun, moon, and rising are, and how to work with transits, because it's always beneficial to know what house is this transit is happening in right now, and how does that affect you in your personal chart. It just helps you pinpoint and to do the healing work, the shadow work, the opportunity that comes up with any of these transits. And this is something that I have done myself daily for about 3 years now, and I do it with my clients too. And it's always the synchronicity. Everything happens obviously for a reason. When I do, especially my mentorship, ends up being usually on the transits that is active in that moment, and that's what we're working on, those core wounding or core healing, not only healing but also for you to be more you, so that you can tap into your soul essence, to your the purity and the love that you are, and also the purpose that you came into this world with, what your gifts, what your passions are, to work with, so that you can spread that in your unique way in this life. So, and I love working with transits doing that, and it always ends up being on point whether we plan it or not. Sometimes we plan it and sometimes not. So if you're interested in this, I have I'm getting several downloads now as I'm speaking. I'm going to try to speak first before I go too far up there. So if you're interested in this, and if you want to know more, and if you want to learn more, I have a workshop coming the 19th of March. I'm going to show you how to pinpoint all these placements in your chart, how to read it, how to then look up different transits and how you can move with them. And the workshop is limited to 8 people. I'm going to have the tutorial first, and then we're going to do, each one of you that are there live, we're going to have 10 minutes about for your own questions. I can pull up your chart and you can have clarity in that, especially now with everything shifting, is such beautiful opportunities to go really deep. We get just help by being in our energy, being in tune with the planets. We are souls, we are energy, so we can really take advantage of these transits. So I'll put that link below. If you're not on my email list, you can sign up. I'll put that in my YouTube description as well. For you who are on my email list or sign up by Friday, you'll get a little discount code for this workshop as well. And I also have my one-on-one sessions, energy sessions, really deep healing sessions available for March. And I have a few spots open this coming Saturday as well, which I don't usually do on weekends. So if you need weekend times, those are there for you. And always trust your intuition when you pick a time that's the exact time that you're meant to do healing work, that you're meant to connect with a coach and getting these insights. As I said, I've seen it so many times over and over and over again, how perfect it ends up being. With the transits as well, and what you're working through regardless. Okay, so what I was seeing first, so I'm going to do general first for all of you earth signs, and then I'm going to do a card for each. And so what I was feeling here is that this might be for you who have also for you who have Capricorn placements, because Pluto is in 29 degrees right now, have been in Capricorn for the last 15 years and is shifting now at the end of March. So I feel like if you're feeling like you're stuck or not, like don't have clarity, is what it's kind of what I'm feeling, and you're trying to, you're trying to figure things out. This is in your head, right? So let it be here. Let divine timing do its thing. Do your inner work, and to go into your soul consciousness where there is peace. That's where we go with the flow. That's where we learn to trust in ourselves and the universe completely. When we are completely living in soul consciousness and in your soul purpose, then you don't have to know anything, because it's a complete trust that everything always works out. And it's a very, very peaceful place to be. There's no noise. There's no people pleasing. There's no trying to figure things out with your brain. It's nothing like pushing against a wall and it doesn't work. And sometimes it might work for a while, but then what does it cost you? Exhaustion, or putting in more effort, where you can just learn to receive with ease. So that's going to resonate for some of you. Obviously, this is a general reading, but that's kind of just the imagery that I got. Okay, so let's see for earth signs. Yes, exactly. Ooh, this one. Yes, exactly. Here's the Capricorn card too. Okay. Wow. Okay, so this is general for you guys first. The first card that came up was connect to your heart, and the Devil card. This is also the card for Capricorn. This is about not having good contracts with yourself, like feeling that you're bound, where you can just take that off. This is so much of a being stuck in your mind card, and also being stuck in old patterns that is not serving you anymore. Probably old programming, from old wounds or old patterns, or thinking that maybe not that you're not, I don't know, for some of you it's going to be not feeling good enough, or not feeling or feeling that you have to work so hard in order to receive. And that's not truth. We're whole here. We're always whole here. It's just our conditioning that makes us think that we're not. And it's our conditioning that makes us think that we have to do in order to be worthy. That's not the truth. So for you, it's so much about connecting to your heart. In here, you have everything. You have all resources in here, okay? And then working on breaking these mind patterns that throws you for a loop. Our mind is hardwired for survival. You won't get into your soul consciousness and into letting go and surrender and into that peace underneath everything that is your essence if you keep living these same mind patterns, and if you keep that's going to keep repeating in all these different ways throughout your life. Okay, so that's what I feel is really core for you this month. Maybe also now this next week until March 7th, when Saturn moves from Aquarius and into Pisces, if you're going through your Saturn return, for example. And then we have that with Pluto as well. Pluto is your power. It's a slow planet. It's been the last 15 years, and now we're moving from Capricorn into Aquarius for the next 20 years. But it's your power. So you can look at those placements, or you can look at your own, because it's in the 29th degree right now, you can look at your own Pluto placements. If that's something that activates right now, where is your true power? Is it obsession? Does it go into the mind, which goes into obsession of I need to know this, or I need to know this about this person, or I need to have control over something? Is my finances coming in here too, or need to know where these people think, or how my future is going to be, and all of that. That's obsession. Okay, our soul consciousness is pure essence and pure trust, and the peace, that is when you are just aligned with love, with your soul. So the help with this is obviously trusting your intuition and really working on tuning in, and you have to create space. You have to invest, whatever that is the hardest for you to do. Is it that you need to invest the time where you feel like I don't have any time, or is it that you need to invest in money, in a coach, or in an energy worker, or anything like that? You feel like, oh, I can't invest this in myself. The thing is that you're investing to change your life. And that's priceless. To come into your peace, to come home, to be soul aligned with your soul purpose, to be able to discern where you're in other people's energy, or where you're in people pleasing, or where you're in your wounding and trauma, and realize that that's just noise. That's just noise. Your soul is pure love and pure peace. And then the manifestations that you want is just coming when you are completely aligned, because there's nothing in the way. Your higher vibration, lower vibration is what I call when we're just bogged down by our trauma. So when you do your work and really, really, really focus on trusting yourself, your intuition, trusting the universe, trusting in divine timing, we have to surrender our perception of time and that things has to happen a certain way. And then the mind comes in and rationalize, oh, but I have to pay the bills, I have to do this and this and this. And it's very valid from a human 3D point of view. The soul always knows that you are taken care of. Always. Always. Big surrender for you here. Earth signs. Spiritually, this is about surrendering. This is about holding too much, trying to control things, right? So this is where you're being called to instead surrender. And then it's beautiful. What to take action on is the Lover's card. So some of you are definitely manifesting that, or maybe feeling that you have someone around that you are interested in, and this is obviously to go for that and speak up and go for what you really want, even if it feels intimidating. But it's also, if we look at these two cards, is that these are contracts, right? If we look at these within yourself, these are contracts that doesn't work, that you end up in your mind. These are the most beautiful divine contracts that you can have with yourself, and commitment to yourself, to your soul, in the best possible way. The Lover's divine love. That's who you are. And that's in the action field for you this month. So that's what you are. Obviously, with everything that we've talked about, you're meant to take action on. How can you get into that divine love? How can you get into that mindfulness and really working on so that your mind stops tripping you up? Working on surrender big time, okay? That will then help you going into your future super intentional and being really, really strong of knowing that, oh, this is what I'm doing. It's all clarity. When you do this work, it's all going to become clear for you so that you can focus and not waste energy on things that is not aligned for you. Your soul always guides you. Okay. So that is for you. Earth signs, Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. And now I'm going to do one card for each of you. And as I said, if you want help with this mindset work, I, as a transformational coach, give you a higher perspective. I go to the core. I'm a Scorpio moon. I go to the core of what keeps you stuck, the core of the patterns that got in place in your early life that keeps repeating itself. And we also go into past life and soul retrieval and all of that. When that's called for. So if you want a session, my March schedule is now open for you to look into. If you want to know more how to work with your own healing work through the transits, as I said, snag one of those spots March 19th, because I only have 8. I'm going to limit to 8 so I can get to everyone personally as well. All right, so let's see here. Let's start with Taurus. So as I said, mid-month for you, you are going to feel a shift with Venus moving into your, and everyone is going to feel this because Venus is going to trine all your earth placements, Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. But this is going to be really beautiful for you. Really stop and smell the roses here. And this is beautiful. So I see you wrapping up a lot of these things, maybe a lot of these lessons that the North Node in Taurus the last year have taught you, to really coming into harvesting. That's Venus. That's the pleasure. It's money. It's relationship. It's love. It's just about receiving it all. So that's what I feel for you. So really take time to reflect and see how far you've come. Okay. I know you can be really hard on yourself, Taurus. So see how far you've come, because you're attracting the world. Okay, things are coming to completion. This can be big manifestations coming in, and as I see it, it is because you have done your work. And so make sure that you open to receiving. We have to create space. We have to throw out the old in order to create space to invite the new. So completion and a lot of old stories too. So that's beautiful for you, Taurus. Let's see here, Virgo. I see you working away, scribbling things, taking notes. Okay, don't be too frantic, okay? That's gonna leave you out either in a scarcity feeling, or feeling of being emotionally too left out in the cold. Or for some of you, it can be money mindset scarcity as well. So this is for you to really go in, as we talked about in the whole general reading, for your mindset, where you keep repeating, where you try, and this like frenetic scribbling that I saw, too, is just you're too much in your mind. And Virgo being, if you're a Virgo rising, your whole chart is ruled by Mercury as well. So you're going to feel a shift if you're listening to this March 2nd. Mercury is going to move into Pisces, so that will be a shift for you as well, to be able to relax a little bit, to go into your dreams more. But this is for you to really do your mindset work, so you don't end up back into scarcity or feeling left out. Okay. And then we have Capricorn, one card for Capricorn for March. So this is making a choice. It can be travel too. Some of you are going to travel, but this is like interesting. And this came up in a different reading too. So how I see this, let me tune in for you, especially Capricorn lovelies that are listening to this. Actually, as I did that, my hand got me there. Making a choice between your heart or your head. It can also be that like old foundation that you were taught and programmed, society, parents, that you have to work hard, right? And work, money equals time, which is not true, but it's a programming that a lot of people have, and that is kind of in the society a lot as well. So this is for you making a choice between your heart and your head, between an old foundation and a new, and doing the mindset work that will help you come in to your heart. That's what I see for you, Capricorn. All right, lovelies, that was your March readings. As I said, I'll put everything below. If you want to know more about astrology, I'll help you there. And I have my sessions open and more good stuff to come throughout March as well. So check out my website, sanctuarywithinyou.com, or sign up for my email list to not miss anything. And then look on Instagram too. I do most of my just free stuff on Instagram, and mindset tips and all of those kind of content stuff as well. So go and follow me there. All right. And share with anyone, any other fellow earth placements, and you can check your moon and rising and sun sign as well, if that's something different than an earth placement. But thank you so much for being here, and I will see you next month.